Hi, Flosstube.
I'm Nancy.
And I'm Laura.
And we are
the Addicted Sisters. This is a picture of our granny and grandpa from, we don't even know what year, do we?
No. It's got to be before, Mom was still at home before he died. So, who knows? I think she was in her teens, wasn't she?
I think so. Because all I remember is Grandpa Mike.
So it's probably the 20s or 30s, probably the 30s.
So that is, that would be our Grandpa Leek.
Yes, Charles Leek.
So
we showed you a picture of our granny last week, how she
chair.
always looked to us.
Yes.
But this was her when she was young, so we wanted to share that too, because she's so pretty.
Yeah, and I think what was really funny for me is that when that picture popped up, one of our cousins showed it this week.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, it's Aunt Bubby.
No.
One of our aunts. It looked exactly like her. So
no, it was not her.
It really threw me. So welcome.
That was great.
It was. Welcome to our Flosstube number 53. Today is March 9th, 2019.
Thank you for joining us. We appreciate that you've come, that you listen, that you share, and so happy to have you here.
And I think that today, Michelle Bindi will be making video number 100.
Woo!
So go out there later and watch her. She started making them on Saturdays and she has time to edit. So
very good. Yeah.
So
congratulations, go watch her. Michelle.
That's a huge thing.
Oh God, yeah.
So we're halfway there. I put on here shout outs. Did you watch any Flosstube this week?
Oh my gosh, I did. Who did I watch? I actually did.
You could look at your history if you need to.
Yeah.
That's
I watched Mischievous Stitches.
Oh, uh-huh.
She had some really cool pieces that she was working on. One thing that just struck me was she had a crocheted bag that she found a pattern for on Jada's site. And it's Jayda, but it was huge. It was like this deep, and that she takes and puts all her cross stitch in the living room, so it's all nice and neat. It was beautiful. I loved it.
I'm waiting for my history to come up.
I know I watched somebody else.
I did finally catch up on all of the Sunshine Stitchers. Love them. They are so fun. They have great information. They're at different levels of stitching. They like different things. So you see a whole bunch of stuff. And Gary has the wall behind him all done. A few weeks ago, he had a picture up of his merman. Oh. And I believe that one is titled, My Eyes Are Down Here.
Oh.
And he kept saying that throughout the video. My eyes are down here.
Because he was gorgeous.
The merman, yeah. And it was like sitting on his head. So it was really fun. Oh, yeah. Mine's not going to do it.
The other person I watched was the Backwards Stitcher.
Oh, I watched her too. Sarah, I'm so glad you're
so
back.
Happy you're back. And she changed her hair.
Yes,
it's so
pretty.
Cute. Loved it. But you might go out and catch up with her again too, because she's just starting back.
And the cool thing is that because it's been a while since she's done this, she has some finishes, and she did a whip parade.
Yes.
So you get to see all of the stuff that she's done.
And her son comes in and
he's
very quiet, very calm.
Kaya.
Just
and she keeps saying, sit down. Sit down and be quiet.
I loved it when he was trying to share his toothbrush and toothpaste.
Nobody wants to see your toothbrush. Sarah, I
in
love
a plastic bag. That was so cute.
It was cute. So
loved it.
I did have fun catching up with some of those people because you just, it's just hard sometimes to find enough time to do it.
It is. And, then you feel with them exactly like everybody feels with us. You know them. It's an old friend.
Yeah.
You're going to see him again.
And I watched a couple of Michelle's, I guess. After we got back from the retreat, I didn't think and I didn't watch her video that week. So I watched 2 this week. And I didn't comment on either because I was sewing. Because, let me go into this. This was Tula Pink week. Now, I know my stitching friends know who Tula Pink is. But
I was like, what?
We took the...
I'm thinking Tula, the 10 count stuff, you know.
We took the Bookstagram world by storm. I sewed 64 sleeves, and out of those 64 sleeves, 47 sold within just, well, about 40 sold within a matter of 3 or 4 hours, and then a few more sold by the next morning before we hit 12 hours.
Wow.
So one that we did specifically for stitchers, and it sold out. But I think we're getting this one back in. That's why I brought it. We have this one, and it's called Rip It. You see the frog, here's his face, there's a bee in his belly, and he has his 4 hoppers down here. So he's pretty cute. I loved him. And then another one that I really, really like is this one.
You didn't show the inside of that.
Oh, I didn't, did I? It has a cool inside, too.
That's the only reason I thought about it.
Look at that. It's, you know, it's like crazy frog stuff.
Well, it's kind of like, you know, in the evenings when you see that stuff on the pond.
Katie thought it looked like where the frog tongue is shooting out. This one is called Blue Lagoon, and we actually have a red and orange version that we call Jelly Belly. And they have different insides. This one has all sorts of little bitty, it's like seahorses and anchors and starfish and just cute stuff in there. So
that's cute.
And because we sold
those are jellyfish.
Yep. And because we sold so much Tula Pink, on the night that we released these, Katie and I sat down and were looking through, and we happened to hit the newest Tula Pink release. And I can't remember how many. I mean, we had 14 fabrics for this one. Two of them were restocks that we had previously had, but 12 new to us.
Wow.
And I want to say that Katie said we had at least 10 new ones out of the new stuff, and there is some cool stuff. There's a sea monster in it, and
you were showing me that at stitching the other
yes, some great ones.
Cute.
I just loved them. I was trying to think if I had who else I had watched, because I kind of went down through my list, and I hit a point, you know, where I have to I have a hair tickling me. Sorry. It just keeps getting there.
I wondered what was going on.
At least I'm not digging down the front, because that's where it normally goes.
We appreciate that.
Yeah. So.
I mean, you've let them look down your top.
Oh, everything else, yeah. Anyway, our comments this week were really fun, because our question of the week last week was, what is your favorite theme or season or holiday to stitch? And I love that we've started asking
our
viewers questions.
I do too, because you guys are much more interactive with us. I really appreciate that.
It's really fun. In fact, there was one person who must make Flosstube, although she didn't say that, who said, I like that you're asking questions to interact with your viewers. It lets everybody have something to comment about.
Yes.
And she said she was going to steal it, and Nancy said, go for it.
Yeah.
But you know what? When I'm watching Flosstube, a lot of times I got to turn a little bit. I'll get to the end of a video and I'll think, okay, now what did I see? Because, you know, I will have seen so much, and I will have commented while I was watching it. Or, you know, commented up here.
Yeah, and think, oh, I've got to go back and do that.
Mm-hmm. So, and I know we have people who will comment 2 or 3 times because they want to make sure they remember. So.
Well, I did use somebody's trick. I don't know who told us a while back, but I was watching on TV, and I had my phone out, and I would comment on my phone.
I do that sometimes. I also will look at the comments that are already there. And then, you know, they'll talk about, if you read 2 or 3, generally people will talk about what was in the video.
Yeah.
And that'll make your brain go, oh yeah, I wanted to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
So, coffee today, and Nancy's having tea. She has her pretty cup. I have my Old Faithful cup here.
Mine's an antique cup. That band right there is frosted.
It's really pretty.
I could drink a bunch and let you see it, but then we might have some problem.
Then Nancy might have to be off screen for a little while. Okay,
excuse
beverages.
us while we drink.
Yeah. You know, we don't generally have that come up because there are two of us. So we generally stagger our drinks. Not stagger when we drink, but stagger our drinks. Yeah.
Yeah.
So your comments this week, most everyone who commented likes either Christmas or Halloween or fall.
Yes.
And it was really
Which is
funny.
normal. I mean, I think a lot of people like that because there's such cute designs out for that.
Mm-hmm. The funny thing for me is that I would read what somebody said that they liked, and I'd be like, "Oh, I like that too."
Yeah.
I like all stitching.
Yeah.
I do.
Me too. Me too. I don't know that I could pinpoint. I do like more French type European
I love
designs.
Blackbird designs.
I love Blackbird.
And
but I like the crazy stuff too, you know, sometimes.
But we've been kind of on a floral kick for the last few years. So that's something that has come up a lot. And a lot of my whips are flowers.
Like that.
Of some kind.
What was our piece we compared? Was by Blackbird.
Are you talking about Quaker Guard?
Yes. That, I just loved that piece.
Well, I love it, I think, even more because we did it so differently. And I'm like, I should go back and do it again another way because...
Well,
and then Sue
did it. Yeah.
The way that it was called for, and it's on like natural linen. It's not on white, right? It's on natural. And it was gorgeous.
Beautiful.
She used what was called for, and oh man, it does make a big difference.
It does.
So.
It does. I've done a few things that I want to go back and do again, you know, that I had given away. So, do you guys do that?
You know who else I really like is JBW.
Yeah.
But they always fool me because they come on those teeny tiny little cards.
That's tricky, Judy.
It is. And you know, it suckers me in every time. Because I think, the pattern's this big. It's going to take 2 minutes to stitch that.
And then it comes out like this.
Oh my gosh. But they're so cool and there's so much detail and I really like it. And my reindeer sampler this summer.
That was fun.
I liked it.
I started to pick up her French cart this week. And I thought, no, because of that. Because I wanted something quick.
Do you think that you stitch seasonally? And do you stitch in the season that we're in, or do you stitch like ahead of the season?
Well, I used to because I was following you at the time. I would stitch like fall in the spring and, you know, and work like that. But now I think I kind of just stitch what hits me.
Because we have enough things that are on the wall, and so we're just adding to the wall at this point.
I mean, I don't have a lot of spring stuff, and I'd really like to get some out.
I don't have a lot of summer. And I think it's because I really enjoy those kind of spring things. And, you know, I've been stitching winter and Christmas and all that. And then I do spring for a long, long time. And then I think, oh, I want to do fall things.
Well,
and
I don't spring and fall are my favorite seasons. So, you know, that's where I want to focus my stuff. I'll throw in a little winter, you know, but I don't want much.
You didn't do your winter...
I did a winter knocker this year.
Did you? I'm thinking about the winter ABCs. Is that what it's called? That there's all 4 seasons. That Priscilla did and puts on the... No,
I haven't done those.
Because you have those.
I have those, yes. But
don't you like that I say Priscilla did it and you're like, oh yeah, that one.
Yeah, I did. That's so funny that you bring that up because I went out and looked. I know how I want to work it. I want to work it on bands. And somebody had finished one and it was gorgeous on a band with a little edge on it. Yeah, the ones that I want are going to be like $20-some for this little skinny band. Yeah.
They probably will, and you'll have to make sure that they're wide enough and everything.
She gave her dimensions, and I was like, thank you.
I do know that when we were in Oregon and we were at Acorns and Threads, they carried a lot of banding. So it could be that maybe you could call them and see if they really do carry it. and you know what kind of pricing you would have that way. It might be a good source.
I can check with Kathy too, because I know she has a little bit.
And she would probably order in something if you needed it.
Yeah. So that's why I know I want to do it that way, and that's what's holding me up, because I don't have it.
I think I like to stitch seasonally, and you know, I do have a lot of things already up. So for me, I feel like I can be stitching in the season, and it's been really fun. For a few years there, now I didn't do so much this year because I was sewing, but for a few years there, I would pull a bag of Christmas projects.
Yeah.
And I think 2013 was my big year, that between Thanksgiving and New Year's, I finished like 7.
It was crazy.
Christmas projects.
Just crazy.
It was. It was great, and I kept thinking, really, there's still time left? Okay, I'll get another one out. And I just kept pulling things, but I had prepared, and that's kind of inspired me to get things. Like I said that I have one of these project bags from Judy, and it is patriotic, and I have stuffed a bunch of patriotic patterns in there. So now when I think, so I want some summer stuff,
right,
I could have that patriotic stuff up all summer long.
Yeah, I need to finish mine off, because I did that whole stack that one year, and I just haven't fully finished them yet.
I also, this makes me think, I watched a Flosstube, and they showed a monthly series that they had chosen, and I can't think who it was, and I can't think what the series was. I don't know if they ever said the designer, but the July piece was not patriotic.
I remember you saying that.
And my birthday is in July, so I liked that it wasn't a patriotic piece.
Yeah.
So if you know series that have July and it's not patriotic, our friend Keisha was excited by that because her birthday's in July.
She's a July baby too.
But it may have been Bird Stitcher Colorado, because I watched her.
And that's one that I haven't watched.
And caught up with her this week too. I finised catching up, and she is so fun, and she makes me laugh, and she's just good to watch.
Yeah.
So
that's fun when you watch.
I like the people who make me feel good.
Yes, yes.
I'm sorry I interrupted you.
No, that's fine. I was just gonna say I like it when they make you laugh, you know, because then you feel like you're having a conversation.
Yep. So our question of the week for this next week: when did you learn to craft, and what was it? Do you know what you learned to do first?
I think I do. Oh yeah. Way back in the house, yeah.
What'd you learn to do first?
That was the liquid embroidery. So
we did those. We did so many things when we were at home. Like, I remember the pot holders.
Yeah.
That was a great fun thing.
Well, and I was part of Boy Scout troop. So whatever craft they learned, I learned, you know.
There you go. And then I told the story about Miss Martin and embroidery, so I did that early. But I know I went through all of it. I did candle wicking. I did some crewel work.
I tried that and hated it.
And I even did rug hooking, because they had those kits that you could get, and I made some silly rugs. And
I don't think I did any of that.
I did a little bit.
But then I went into florals, and I made all sorts of wreaths and arrangements and you know, things like that for years. So
I think I took sewing class and thought that maybe I would sew, but sewing and I did not get along.
Well, I did a lot of sewing because I made my own coats and dresses, and
Mom always made everything, so I didn't worry about it.
Oh, well,
I had
let me do mine.
Let me date myself.
She did a lot of mine, but then she wanted to make sure that I knew how to do
what to do.
Yeah.
Let me date myself a little bit. My mom, I wanted one of those tiered skirts.
Yeah.
And Mom, we went and bought 3 really pretty florals, and Mom measured my waist, and she cut a waistband, and then she took newspaper. This is our mom.
Yeah.
Took newspaper and laid it out, taped things together, and she knew how big my waist was, so that was the inside of the circle, and then she just measured out, like, I don't know, 5, 6, 7 inches, whatever. And she made another circle all the way around.
And I'm sure she used a pencil with a piece of string.
Yes, probably. And so she did that one, and then she used that outside measurement and did the next one and did the next one, and I had the most beautiful 3-tiered skirt. I would love to have one like that again, because it was, you know, it was pretty little floral prints, and it was just cute.
Mom was really good about just, you'd tell her, I really like that, and she'd figure out how it went together, and she could make it.
We would go shopping, and we wouldn't go home with something, but we would go home with fabric.
Yeah, yeah. She'd be like, I can make that. Okay.
She made lots of things.
She made me. I was in a club, the Theta Rho Girls, and she made all of my dresses, which, you know, were very fancy and long, and they were gowns. And, you know, I had the most beautiful, I can remember it, satin. It was a raspberry color with little gold flowers all over it. Come up in a little Nehru collar and just little cap sleeve. I won the Queen of Theta Rose in that dress. It was all princess seaming. It just fit like a glove. It was beautiful.
I can remember that Mom made me, when I was younger, like in elementary school, made me a new long dress for Christmas and for Easter. And maybe even for my birthday. I at least got 2 and maybe 3 every year, a long dress.
Yeah.
And in 6th grade, we were doing, which was still elementary school then.
Yeah.
We were doing a play at school, and they wanted all of the girls to be in long dresses, and nobody else had one. And I said, I've got about 6. And so I brought all my long dresses to school, and everybody got to wear one.
Aww.
So, and you know, I had some that were older, so they fit the girls who were smaller than I was, because I was pretty tall always in school. But I'm not very tall now.
I was tall in grade school, believe it or not, but then I hit 6th grade and bing, that was it.
I've been the same height since 7th grade, so
5'2".
I'm about 5'6". So I've got a little bit on her, but you know. But yeah, I mean, I remember vividly everybody wearing my dresses and how fun that was, and I'm sure Mom was thrilled, because we did not grow up with anything.
No.
We made do. Mom and Dad pinched pennies, but we always had enough.
Yep.
So it was lovely. I'm sure Mom was thrilled that I was able to share everything that she had done.
Yeah.
So
her big thing for me was my wedding dress.
Yes. I remember her working on that.
Yep.
So we shopped for mine. Nancy and I shopped for mine.
Oh my God, we shopped for that dress.
But, and my dress was the one that both of us were like,
yeah,
let's try that on. Because it was very simple and very plain. And I put it on and Nancy gasped. And I'm like, is there a bug? What? She said, no, it's so pretty. So that was it. Okay, so the question of the week: when did you learn to craft, and what was it? And then secondarily, when did you start cross stitch? So I've
told that I started when
Creative Circle.
You were selling it.
I started cross stitch because of a Creative Circle party. Yeah, when I was waitressing. Yeah. So it was fun. I went to one of my coworkers had a party, and I went to their party and got kits, and that was it.
Yeah. So. We kind of went down a rabbit hole there.
We did. And I was dating.
You enjoyed that.
I was dating Jeff by then, and his mom has cross stitched for a long, long time.
She did some beautiful pieces.
Okay, so that's it. So now, did you like that was in unison? Okay. So now we are up to, what are we up to? 24 minutes. We're not bad.
No.
Current finish, Miss Nancy.
Woohoo! I have a finish.
Woot, woot. That's Nancy's favorite.
Thank you.
Woot, woot. Coming to the retreat. Woot, woot.
I did. I don't know if you know or not, but I was going to work on my Jingle All the Way. And I ran out of 3865. So I could not finish that piece. And it kind of irritated me. So I came in here and I thought, what am I going to work on? I didn't want to work on any of my whips over there. They just weren't calling to me. And for some reason I thought, let me pull out this book. And I pulled it out and I flipped right to this page. Simple Harvest. And I found my fabric, which is Meadow Mist Lugana by Zweigert. So it's really pretty fabric, see? And I started with another floss on it, and it was just too green, so I had to yank all that out. But I got it all finished. Isn't that pretty?
Really pretty.
I'm getting closer so you can see that floss. It's by Rami. Rami?
Mm.
And
Rami's Creations.
yes. Yeah. And it's called Planet Earth.
You know what?
I just love that.
If you did this up on top, you could have like an Easter egg.
Oh, yeah.
It just hit me when you were holding it up.
Now, the thing was, I changed it a little bit because she did her A's over one.
She did her initials.
Yes, excuse me. And when I was doing it, I just couldn't get them to lay flat. So I pulled them out and I did them over two. But that meant I had to bump one up higher.
I think it looks fine.
See what I'm talking about there?
Oh, you know, when our initials repeat, I feel like it's better sometimes to...
Thank you. I couldn't get my hand to straighten it out.
It's better sometimes to do that anyway because it adds more interest.
Yeah. So I thought it turned out good. I love the color.
Really pretty. And
Thank
so
you.
that's silk weaver linen.
Yes. Yes.
They use Zweigert, and we know it's Zweigert because of the edging.
Yeah.
Uh,
Silk weaver. We know it's silk weaver because of the edging.
Well, yeah, they cut it and zigzagged it.
Yeah.
Zweigert does orange around the edge,
Oh, okay. Maybe they did.
which is probably why it matches those pins. Those happy pins we got. Okay, I did not finish a project this week. However, I was late coming to Nancy's this morning
Late for a very important date.
for a very good reason. So, Lisa Kindred Stitcher challenged me to fully finish my, she challenged me to finish and then fully finish my Blackbird design. I can't remember what this one is.
Oh.
It is finished. And it's at least finished for now. I may put something else on it. We'll see. I got
Cute.
Jeff to stuff this one for me. And I had to just use fiber fill on it because it's, you know.
Yeah. What's a cute little pillow?
It is, isn't it? He stuffed it really well.
Yeah, he did.
And then,
Like it.
you know, because he was doing that for me, I did a couple more.
Oh.
So, look at the back of that one.
Ah, pretty.
So I did this. Now, I stitched in a round robin years ago, and one of the ladies sent us all this piece, which was like the teaching piece for a big sampler that she got. And you'll have to show them the back because I didn't. It's Nancy's fabric. It's really navy blue. It looked kind of black on
it
there.
It does look black. It's that blue black.
Mhm.
Makes it hard, but that's a cute piece.
But this was it was a teaching piece so that you could then go and do, darn it, I still didn't get it. So you could go and do the sampler afterwards. And it was just fun. But she had made kits for all of us, everybody in our round robin group. And I was stitching along and knew I was going to run out of the red that's around the outside. So I messaged my lovely friends that I was still in touch with from the round robin. This has been finished for years, just not fully finished. And I said, does anybody have some of that? I just need one little length. And one of the ladies just popped her whole piece of, her whole kit in the mail to me. So it was fun. And, you know, we got to learn to do some fun stitches.
I was gonna say that.
And
It's tiny. I can't see it, but that looks like a different stitch there.
it's like a Smyrna, but it's an oblong
I was going to
Smyrna.
say, it looks like it's rounded.
Well, it goes longer over, it's longer horizontally and shorter vertically. It's over 2 horizontally.
Pardon me.
And it's over 1 vertically. You see what I'm saying?
Oh,
Here's
I
one
see.
stitch.
Yeah. All right, see,
so I can show you guys.
Your glasses to see it.
Okay, so I'll show you too. If this will focus. Come on. Focus. I can't tell if it is or not either.
It's tiny, tiny.
So that border, so they're, you know,
It's
I think it's
cute.
called an oblong cross, but it's really like a Smyrna. And I know you guys all know what a Smyrna is.
Yeah, and it did look like that when I got it in there, focused.
Yeah. So these are the regular Smyrnas here. And you're going over 2 horizontally, but only over 1. Not 1 thread, but 1. You're going over 4 this way and over 2 this way.
Yes.
So, and then
I knew what you were trying to say, but couldn't help.
And then as if that wasn't enough,
Yeah.
I also finished.
Oh, yay! Oh, pretty.
I finished this one, which was one of my mania starts last year.
Yeah, you guys saw that.
And you see all of my stitching that I did in like the same color as the fabric.
Yeah.
I just wanted it to kind of
Blend.
hang out there and kind of fade away and be pretty. And
It's
then
just
I
textural.
backed it with this.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, I was trying to get it to stand flat enough that you could actually see everything and see my finger is in the way then
Yeah.
of the. But
I
here
like
can
this edge. You can
Oh,
hold
there we
edge.
go. But I think I'm taking this to school with
See?
me and letting it sit on my desk.
That's cute.
And I think maybe both of these small ones will go sit on my desk because that will make me happy.
Mm-hmm.
And the kids will come in and will love to see it. So,
And you know, the thing is, fully finished items, these little pin cushions, they're not hard to make. It's just taking the time to sit down and get it done.
And you know what? I did the sew at the bottom method, and I could go back and put some cording or something around it if I want to dress them up a little more. But I'm really pretty happy with these the way that they are because it lets my stitching
shows
really
that off.
be,
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. So aren't you impressed? That was it. That's what I did this morning
Good job.
when I got up.
Good job.
I don't know what hit me, but I was like, doggone it, I am not sewing on the sleeves. I am finishing my stuff. So, okay, how about new stash, Nancy?
I have just a tiny bit of stash. You know, I showed you this pattern last week. Glenda Place, Fluffy Frosty Falling Flicks. I really like it. And while we were at retreat, I kept looking at the back going, oh, there's not all that much in there. There's just those 4 dinky dies.
Yeah.
So I ordered 4 dinky dies. There's also some DMC, but
And some Mill Hill, right?
I think so, yeah. I did.
Oh, which, if we go to Cece's today, you can look for those if you want.
I might. So these are my dinky dies. Can I?
Oh, it's
Right
way back
here.
there. How about, is this white on the back? It's white enough, right?
Aren't those pretty colors? Look at that one. Look at that. Love those.
Really pretty.
So this is Cloudy Sky. Well, I can kind of hold it against me. Cloudy Sky. Valley Mist, which is much, much lighter.
Ooh, the rain just started coming down.
I
Heavy,
hear
heavy.
it.
And it's got some purple in that one,
And oh, it does. And Hydrangea.
which is definitely purple.
Yeah. And then, last one is Fantasy Blues. That's that pretty one, ouch, that I showed you.
That also has purple.
Blue and purple, and yeah. So, those are going to be really pretty on there.
It will be. Is that all your stash?
That's all I've got in so far.
Okay, my stash is past the stash this week. I did not spend a dime. So our friend Rose, hi Rose, brought some things that she has stitched. And, oops, I better like maybe fold that part down. And one of the things that she brought was from Little House Needleworks, and it's called Autumn Harvest. And isn't that cute? I didn't pull it out of the bag. But look at this, you guys.
We're being lazy today.
She left all of her floss in
my.
it for me.
Woo.
So I can just sit down and stitch. And fall colors, does that make you want to sit and stitch it right away? Yeah, I love those.
I'm sure you don't have any fabric that would go with it, though.
We were talking about, I was teasing and saying that I needed to just bring my fabric and leave it at Nancy's for a few weeks so that I can show you all my fabric. You would be scared.
I'd have to find a place for those tubs.
Okay, and the other one I got is from my friend Vicki. Hi, Vicki.
Hi, Vicki.
And it is Hope Blooms from CM Sarah. And this is the one that came out that uses all of the colors, the DMC colors 1 through 35 when they all came out together. And she did tell me that she would give me the floss too if I'd like.
Wow.
So, but the funny thing for her is that she read the back and she saw that it said 32 count Stormy Night, and she thought it looked like Picture This Plus linen. So she bought Storm Belfast linen from Picture This Plus, and it is like green. It's a very different color. Hers looks really pretty on it.
Yeah.
But this is not Picture This Plus. This is Zweigert's 32 count Stormy Night Vintage Belfast. And actually, we looked it up online, and the color has changed. And the color is more blue than purple, so.
I'm sorry, I keep looking down because the cats are all running in and out of here.
Her boy got shaved again last week.
And KJ's on the prowl right now. And, you know, he's so big, I'm always afraid he's going to knock something over. It's like having a smaller dog.
He's having fun.
Yep.
Okay, so next up, whips and plans.
We're going to Cece's today. So I am going to get 38.65 so I can work on Jingle All the Way by the Scarlet House. This is where I'm at. I've only got like six little snowflakes left.
Oh, in the part of this one, right?
Yeah. So I have to get that, and I'm going to finish that off.
Cool. And if you finish that, do you have thoughts about what you're going to do?
I don't know.
I mean, like, do you have thoughts about what type of project?
Well, I kind of like to just go over to my spring section and just go through all of that and see what's in there.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's what happened when I found that other piece. I don't know why it was in spring, but
oh well,
it worked.
Okay, so this week, of course, my life is run by Magicals. I can't even think what it's called. You guys know, the Harry Potter group. So anyway,
I hear them all screaming at the screen.
I know, because I sat and yelled at somebody this week too about it, and I always call it the Harry Potter group. Oh, look, mine is almost out, so I might as well just pull it out, right? So part of what I worked on, it was pretty easy because, well, I used this one for part of my monthly extra credit homework, and I'm using it as my focus project in our little group. So this one is called Begin by Bent Creek, and look at those crazy trees, and I will tell you that I have 16 trees left to do.
Wow.
So, I mean, I haven't done very many trees yet.
She didn't have any trees on Thursday night, though.
Yeah, I did.
I thought you had just finished this.
No, you didn't get to see this one. You saw this last week. I was working on something else Thursday.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So this, yeah, I'm sorry, so I don't smack you, I'll give you that in. So I've started on the little trees, and they're really fun.
Those are cute. And she put the little dots in here, which are kind of hard to see, but you can see them, I'm sure. Those are cute.
There'll be
snowballs,
white buttons.
I guess that's what they are.
Yeah. There'll be white buttons that go in between them.
Cute.
You see them, and they're all little snowflakes. But this was my piece for Nancy's birthday sal. And I have just chosen it as my focus piece this month so that I will get it done. Because it's, you know, it's really close. And I feel like if I put it down, it's not going to get finished. Oh, she's going to show you Sonny.
He got a new haircut. He didn't get as skinny as he was before.
I don't think he is as skinny as he was before.
Well, I mean as tight. As tight a cut.
It feels so cool, though. Oh, there he is.
And I didn't do the fluff on his tail. I left his tail long.
Look up here. You're gonna look up there. Look at the let people see your pretty face.
Looky there.
Oh, yeah.
Here. There, you can see him.
And he still has his Uggs.
His Uggs on. Here, I'll let you down.
So the other
now
thing...
he doesn't want to go down.
Yeah, now you'll have a tail feather, huh?
Mm-hmm.
The other thing that I worked on, because we had to do... we had to stitch 3 things that could be found in Diagon Alley.
Oh, yeah.
So, you know, I'm using Lila's Studio Halloween Quaker. And it has a ton of stuff. I mean, you can find a cat in Diagon Alley. You can find the witch's robes, the broomstick. There were all sorts of things. Candy could be found in Diagon Alley. So there were just lots of things that fit. This project has been giving me fits. For every stitch I put in, I feel like I take 2 out.
Oh.
So it's been a little crazy for me, but guess what? I reached the edge. Okay, I'm just going to hold this in front of your face.
Yeah, that's okay.
So that's how wide this is going to be.
That's good.
And I ended up using, right here, Romy's Creation Black Tulip. This, I can't get my finger in there. This one is Black Tulip. And I used it, it's there on the witch's sock too. And what I realized, oh, you didn't get to see.
Oh, I was like, what witch's sock? I see him there now.
Well, you can't see the gray on there.
Yeah, it looks like
because
it's
of
just
their
floating.
fabric. Yep.
Sorry.
And
down
it's
here.
the chimney too.
Huh.
I was telling the ladies on Thursday night, this project uses about 4 different shades of black. And I have not pulled the rest of the floss, so I need to take this in with me so that I can buy the rest of the floss. I just flipped some of it too.
Well, you know, he only has hair on his head, and I tell you, that stuff is just coming off like crazy right now.
He's like, the rest is gone.
Look.
Let's get rid of this.
Look at it on my chair here.
He's just sitting down here. He's so cute. He's such a good baby on her lap.
He is.
So my plans will be determined when homework comes out.
Yeah.
And I will keep working on Begin because, like I said, that's my focus piece. The other thing, I didn't bring my other one. I am working on Snowfire Christmas by Just Nan because it's what I've chosen as my struggle project.
Oh, is that the band sampler?
Yes.
Okay.
And I got through the crazy white row that had where I had to do about, I don't know, 16 stitches to get 1/2 of a stitch done. So it was a lot to get it done. And I had done all of one direction and I was just a couple back on the top. Oh, he's so pretty. So it was nice. I finished that and that makes me quite happy.
He's so funny now that we have him shaved. I was worried because it's cold, still cold. But he runs this house. He has sat on everybody's lap, which he normally doesn't do. He seeks you out to sit on your lap now.
Well, that's sweet.
Yeah. He talks to me all the time. You know, before he really did. Oh, he's going to get that.
Yeah, the strap, I saw it.
He's just so much more playful.
Katie's thinking that we're going to take Bella and have her shaved.
Just give her a call before you go in. She's really cool. She's like an old hippie lady, biker hippie. So, she's really good.
And of course, I am keeping my stuff in my Flourish and Blots tote
Of course.
that we had for our Harry Potter box at Love You More Studio. And I think we only have about 10 of them left.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You don't have very many then, do you?
No. And I love mine. I carry it a lot. It's kind of just the right size for things.
Mm-hmm.
My project bags fit in there nicely, and it's just a good thing to have. Retreat news. Nancy and I are leaving and going out to the hotel today.
Yes, we are.
It's close to Cece's, and Nancy made us an appointment. So we should have quite a bit of news next week.
Hopefully, yeah. Yep. They said that they would take us through all the rooms and show us everything. It was all open and available, so.
Until we get there, and then of course they'll
Yeah.
The last time we went, they had been at 60%, and then they filled up. So.
No idea what came along, but something did.
Yeah, it was an exciting thing. So anyway, we're going to go check out all the new market releases. I'm excited about that.
I can't wait for that.
I hope Kathy bought a lot and that these ladies haven't bought everything.
Yeah, she had bags and bags and bags there, so.
Okay, good. Well, until next week then. Ooh, we may not be here next week.
No.
So anyway, she's Nancy.
She's Laura.
And we are
The
Addicted
Addicted
Sisters.
Sisters.
Bye-bye. Have a great week.
Sonny, don't chew on my bag.